Online versus. Online versus Hub. Play online versus. Online versus game setup. Press the L1 button to... Matchmaking settings screen. Press the square button to reset settings.
Just for a touch of serotonin. You're the type to run your mouth to fit in a world that you feel alone in.
Welcome to Toronto. So much iconic hockey history here. Always feels like a big event on game day, and tonight is no different. Yeah, you can just feel the buzz in this city all day long, and we are seconds away now from this opening faceoff. The Avalanche have established possession here early in this one as they win the draw. Picked up along the boards by Taves. Colorado's got it in their own zone. From the point, they take control of it. Close, but not close enough. Picked up along the wall by McKinnon. Stopped with ease.
Well, those tracking exercises when you're young come in handy when you're older, and this is a prime example. Look at him bob and weave, trying to find that puck. He does and makes a save.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. Still looking for our first goal. And they win the face-off and set up to go on the attack. Simple glove save by Roll. Feeds the puck to Kemp. Quick pass to Brody. The Avs take possession in the neutral zone. Moves it to McCarr. Colorado's through center and now in the offensive end. Fires it on net. Oh, tremendous save on the play.
What an incredible save. No idea how he got to that one, James, and the shooter is absolutely stunned. What a stop.
And Cheryl, listen to these fans here. They are getting loud. Some of them are getting on their feet here, still applauding that save we saw.
James, I think it's the appreciation for the desperation save, the compete, the will to keep that puck out of the net, and they're really showing him the love.
They score! Well, that was put on a tee, and that one-timer was a rocket.
Well, he nailed it, didn't he, James? Perfect weight transfer, beat the goaltender clean.
The Avs land the game's first goal here in the first half of the opening frame.
Well, yeah, and I really like
people are crazy.
It's not just about getting on the board first, but I like the way they've established a forecheck and they've held possession. I think they've done a real good job. They've had a consistent effort. Now they've got to find a way to finish the back half of this period the same way.
Here's a shot. Denies him. And now it's grabbed by Nichushkin. Hammers one. And that's blocked away. There's the whistle. We'll get a face-off after all that chaos.
This is a much-needed reset for his team after some sustained...
And at the blink of an eye, look who's jumping in here.
Gotta jump in. You can't have your star player in a fight, not just getting injured, but, hey, you need him on the ice. So jumping in, a valuable component of any team.
And drops the hammer on that one.
Yeah, the clear winner as that final punch perfectly executed and a tough one on the other end. The Avs gained some adrenaline from that fight. Listen, you're the away team and you want to silence the crowd. You win that fight, you do it.
A little more room out there with a little 4-on-4.
Not typically that we see 4-on-4 action, although it's a lot of fun. You certainly know they practice it in practice. Well, you can't do that or you're going to find your way marching over to the box.
Colorado's got the puck in the defensive end. Play blown dead. Let's get the call.
Everyone has a role in this PK unit knows that they not only have to kill this penalty off and keep the game within reach, but maybe they can be opportunistic and pounce on a loose puck for an opportunity.
Middle Stats won the draw here, and they'll go on the attack. And he keeps that one out. Great use of the stick in the defensive end by Kemp. The Avs gain control of the puck. Spectacular stop by the goaltender. How did he hang on to that?
What an incredible save in a high-danger scoring area. I mean, right in the slot. He's in perfect position to make that club save.
Can't get it to go. Intercepted the pass. Phenomenal save with the glove to knock it away.
That's a fantastic save by the goaltender, but his team has to do a better job of protecting the middle of the ice. Those high-danger scoring chances eventually go in. Tavares is up and ready to go.
Oh, my goodness, it stayed out. What a save.
It was all but in, James, and that athleticism and the will to get to that puck, that was on display.
Shot. He scores. That's Mikko Rantanen.
Lack of coverage here, and as a result, there is a goal scored against them, James, but it's all about wandering outside the middle of the ice. You know that you always have to protect the middle. You want to make sure that you're only giving up perimeter shots, but because of that lack of coverage, they expose the middle of the ice.
The Avs look to be on a mission tonight, already up by 2 here, and we're still only in the first.
Well, the mission is possible because they've been dominant out there tonight, James. They've been relentless. They competed for pucks, loose pucks at will. I mean, they've outbattled their opponent, and now they're sitting with a 2-goal cushion.
Knocked away by Drouin. Sends the pass over. The Avalanche have gained control of the puck along the wall. Quick feed to Girard. Quick feed down low. Scooped up along the wall by Drouin. And he takes a shot and kept that one out of the net. The Avalanche have the puck against the boards. Walker's got it in the defensive end. Colorado's on the attack. Moves it to the middle. And he denies that great opportunity there.
Walls really impressed me tonight, James. Just look at that last sequence and that desperation save. Unbelievable.
Oh, what a chance here. Both teams getting a good sweat on after this first period. We've got lots more in store, and we're coming back with a clean sheet of ice next. The middle stanza is about to go. The officials ready to drop the puck. And with the puck dropped, we are now underway in period number 2. All right, Pounder, how would you assess this game through the first 20 minutes played?
Wall's the only reason that his team is in this game, James. I mean, he's been outstanding through the first 20. He's dialed in, he's focused, and his team needs to pick it up if they want a shot at winning this game.
Slides it up to Makar. Puck scooped up by McKinnon. Quick stop! Tremendous stop by Wall!
This is a dialed-in goaltender, very aware, knows where the shooter is in that low slot, and makes the save.
Oh, and that's poked away in the offensive zone by McKinnon. And a stick in the lane deflects that one away. Denied that one. The Leafs move it in. Puts it on net. Off target.
He really bear down on his stick on that one. He got the velocity behind it, but it was nowhere near the net.
Feeds the puck to Tavares. The Avalanche have possession along the boards. Oh, textbook poke check to turn that over. There's the whistle. We got an offside. Let's get the call.
action, back and forth penalties as one from each team are heading to the box.
Batten down the hatches. Things should open up here with a little 4-on-4 on the ice.
Well, 4-on-4 is similar to 3-on-3. There's more ice available, and you can't just dump it in. You want to
Scores! And he puts home his own rebound.
Well, this is a second effort, and everyone on the bench erupts when he scores his goal, James. Why? Because he's tenacious on the play. He doesn't just shoot the puck. He finds his own rebound, and then he puts it in. That's a great play. Just a fabulous goal, Jane, with a lot of elements woven into it. I mean, he's stumbling, so he almost falls, but he's able to get a shot off just in time. He's able to hold himself up and get that shot off. His hands away from his body. Not the greatest position, but he manages to find the back of the net.
Here's a chance. Scores! And that's 4-0.
Shot, James, and that means as the goaltender can't see it, so he's listening for it, and it buzzes right by him because he cannot catch up to it, can't find it with his eyes, and can't find it with his body.
They gain this home from the left side. To his teammate. Denied by the goaltender.
Wall's been off his game tonight, really looking uncomfortable. They have to contribute offensively, and they can only do that if there's a sense of urgency to their game.
Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Scores! And another goal for the road team here tonight, and the rain of boos has begun from the crowd.
Yeah, right from the rafters all the way down, the booing begins, and it doesn't let up. They cannot believe that their team is just not played tonight, not happy with the effort as they're getting blown out.
Sends the pass in front. Oh, he comes up with a stop. Nice job to escape the zone. Sends a pass over. And officials right on top of that one, calling for a slashing penalty, it looks like. And the play is whistled dead. Here's the call.
Well, we know the time on ice numbers are all going to the penalty killers here, James, because it has been an onset, a parade to the penalty box. They've got to find a way to play even strength.
The Avs send their man advantage unit out once more.
They haven't scored on the power play yet, but they have another opportunity. The key to this one, gain possession so they can set up.
Wolf's going to hang on for a whistle. Campside still short-handed here as they slide in for the face-off. Offense's own face-off, and he wins the draw. Puts it on net. And he gets his glove out to stop the pinball shot. Colorado's got possession of the puck. Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. Here's a save by Georgiev. Colorado's got a hold of the puck. The Leafs gain possession of the defensive zone. Through center. From the neutral zone now. Puck clears the zone, and they'll be forced to regroup.
Edmondson standing up, ready to go. Yeah, they're handedly winning in this one, James, and they didn't execute on the power play, but there's a bunch of athletes on that team that want that job, and it's about executing to the...
It's a 2-on-1. Oh, they missed the net. I thought they had it. The Avs gain possession of the puck here in the offensive end. That's some smart heads-up defensive play. Oh, denied on the play. Wow.
That's a true competitor's save. Just when you think that he's completely out of it, James, he comes across with a desperation save to keep his team alive. Great positioning by the goaltender to redirect it to the corner, getting it out of danger.
Colton's lugging the puck. Here's a chance in front. And that goes off a stick. Here's a short pass to Lankinen. And he comes up big with the stick save, getting all of it with the pass. Scores! And that's 3.
What is the goalie doing? Anybody seen the goalie?
Well, hold that for him in a way because it's a business-like approach. As he's on the road, he just says, yeah, just bring it. I mean, gets a hattie to boot. I don't think
2/3 of the way to the finish line in this one for regulation time. Cheryl, how do you view it?
The Leafs coach won't be happy with their performance tonight in the effort areas and the habits. I mean, they really haven't been hard on the puck. They haven't been strong or physical. And as a result, their opponent has taken it to them because they've had the puck the entire game.
Colorado's grabbed a hold of the puck. Goes right to the crease. Scores!
Well, James, these are the types of goals that everyone loves because they provide energy. It's determination. It's being relentless on the puck. And he's falling to the ice and he still manages to get a stick on it. No one knows he has the wherewithal to shoot the puck and still get it off, including the tender, and that's why it goes by.
He scores! Talk about staying with the play.
Well, it's all about being strong. You have to have that center of gravity, but you also have to have a lot of core strength to be able to ward off your opponent and shield the puck like he did. And as a result, it winds up in the back of the net. I got a new name for him, Tripod. I mean, he doesn't move, James. You can push him, you can shove him, but he finds a way to get position on you and shield the puck. And this result, this goal, is because of it.
The Avalanche haven't looked this sharp offensively in quite some time, and they continue to attack in the third.
Yeah, there's been no letdown at all. They've continued to be urgent on the puck and find ways to open lanes to get the puck to the net. This has been a great, entertaining game, James. The body language on the bench says it all, James. They're all looking up at the time on the clock to see if it'll continue to run because they got to kill off this penalty when they're down a bunch of goals.
Colorado's got another opportunity here on the man advantage.
Well, James, if they can work that puck up high when you're quarterbacking that power play, you can have eyes on either side. You can see the lanes to net. You can drive the puck, or you can pass it for one time or off the side.
And pokes the puck loose inside the offensive end. He scores! And there's the hat-trick 3 as the magic number.
It's a magic number. He's doing everything he can to take the crowd out of this one as he's with the away team, but he's been dominated, playing really confident all night long. Sometimes when you're in your own zone, you can get caught wandering or roaming, James. What I mean by that, your eyes start to focus on the puck and you start to slide outside the middle of the ice. When that happens, guess what? You open up the prime time scoring area, and that's what happens here.
Here's a chance to make something happen inside the neutral zone. Taken along the wall by McCabe. And that plays offside. We got a face-off coming up. Colorado's put in a total team effort here this evening, and they lead it comfortably in the third. Middlestats won the draw. Icing is the call. We'll get a face-off at the other end. Colorado's got the edge in the shot department, a big reason why they lead here in this third period. Toronto's won it. Now they'll go on the attack.
Center wins that one clean. Everyone's ready for the puck. They know they're attacking now with a tired group that they're playing against.
And play continues here. Moves it quickly over to scores! And look who's at it again!
Well, you don't replicate these nights very often, James. You got to appreciate them when you get them and continue to pad the stats. That puck is on and off his stick in a hurry, and it needs to be from that low zone slot area. James just beats the goaltender because it gets off his stick so fast.
The Avs probably don't want this game to end the way things have gone here. I know we're in period number 3, but Cheryl, what a night.
Yeah, it's been terrific right from puck drop, and they've been consistent throughout the game, and consistency is always a word that coaches talk about. And if they can finish this off with this nice lead, that's the word the coach is going to be preaching after the game.
Scores! Right on target! Wow!
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it, James? That shot goes top cheese and just knocks the bottle off of the top of the net. It's bottle pops. Well, there's not much time here before the goaltender's eyes are taken away, James, and he drops into that butterfly position. All you want to do when you can't see the puck is make yourself as big as possible, but this one has seeing eyes through traffic and finds the back of the net. What a beautiful play as they catch their opponent flat-footed on transition and they create the numerical advantage. Odd man rush, perfectly executed. Speed, puck movement, and of course finish.
The Avalanche have shown no let-up here in this third period, continuing to accelerate forward.
When you look up at the scoreboard, it's lopsided, and for good reason, James. They've dominated the play. I mean, it has been tilted in one direction in their favor. They've known when to attack the net. They've been so strong on the puck, and you know that the coach is going to be thrilled with this one.
Oh, he got all of that. What a save by Wall. The Avs scoop it up along the boards. And he makes a save there. Goaltender hangs on for the whistle. The Avs are in the home stretch of this one here in the third period and lead by a wide margin. McKinnon's got it, and they'll go on the attack here in the offensive zone. And he made the save to keep that one out of the net.
Manson's back on the ice after serving that 5-minute major for fighting, and it's certainly appreciated to have a physical element to your game. You know his teammates certainly appreciate it, but man, you got to find a way to generate offense, and the only way you can is when you're on the ice.
Colorado's looking to break out. There's the whistle, icing the call, big face-off looming. Colorado's played one of their best games this season. They continue to dominate in the shot department and lead it here in the third. McKinnon's won it off the faceoff.
You hate it when you ice the puck and it comes 200 feet back to your zone. You got to give your center a tap on the pads after you win that one and get out.
Toronto's got the puck along the boards. The Avs gain control of it. Lekkonen's taking it from his own end. Here he comes, in on the breakaway! And that's broken up.
Well, he thought he had a lot of time there, but the defender makes a great play, works hard to get back to position, and takes away the shot.
Oh, he puts it in on a second effort.
Well, this goal will be in the video room tomorrow, James, because it's second effort, and you know that coaches love that.
Toronto's fan base watching, streaming, taking this one in wherever, probably wondering, where was this earlier?
Yeah, it's frustrating for an athlete when you know what you can play like, you know your team can play like, you just don't perform. But late in the game here, they need goals. They need a pile of them if they even want to have an opportunity to get their tender out of the net. I won't be surprised to see the 1-3-1 again. They had success on it earlier, James. And listen, I love this. I coach this with my team because I love the bumper spot and I love the net front. Oh, well, there's going to be a call on that one, James.
And another call against the home team, and these fans have, I think they've had enough.
They've had enough, and they're booing at the officials. And for the players, this is so frustrating. You try and kind of get the temperature of the way the official's going to call the game, and real tough to read when you get 3 in a row like that.
Colorado's got a 5-on-3 and lots of time on their side.
With all this time on the 5-on-3, yes,
They score! And the power play strikes once again.
well, you know that specialty teams are so critical, James, and they have executed with the player advantage all night long. Well, if you have time to load and explode in the offensive zone, you're going to let it rip, and that's exactly what happens here. A perfect pass off the front foot, and he just lets it rip.
The Avs carried along the wall. Here's a shot. Offside save. And that misses. Bull's got the puck, and he's going to hang on. Middlestats at the face-off dot, ready to win this draw on the man advantage. Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. They go on the attack through center. Breakaway! Pad save, you gotta be better than that. Penalty coming up. Whistle stops the play.
Taking a penalty when
A little 4-on-4 hockey as both teams step inside the face-off circle. Toronto's won the draw inside the offensive zone. Now let's see what they can do with it. They got it on that rush. Takes a shot. Off target, and they can't finish the rush. Puts it on net. Stopped by the goaltender, getting a piece of that one. And loses possession after a solid hit. From point-blank range. And a nice save there as play continues. Well, sure, I'm not surprised this is about to go down here.
Yeah, we've watched the first two periods, and now late in the game, these tempers have flared, and this is why they're going head-to-head.
And there's the winning blow.
Did he ever connect on that one, James? And now look at him on the ice. He's laboring to get up. With this game completely out of hand right now, this is a predictable fight. Late in the game, it's a blowout. This is frustration bubbling over.
Colorado's won the draw, and they'll go to work. Missed the net. Just caught a little too much air on that one.
Yeah, and a lot behind it as well. When you're on the point, you got to make sure.
Here's a high-danger opportunity. Denied on the play. Oh, wow. Playing big in the moment there.
You can certainly tell that the goaltender is dialed in on that last sequence.
He's got a chance. On a breakaway. The Avs offense has paid off.
I'm going to check it out, chat. In a pigeon.
There it is. Final horn sounds. We are all over here with this one. Cheryl, today was about as dominant a performance I've seen from a team all season.
Yeah, they held the puck and they had possession time, and what they did with that was really effective. They'd hold it in small spaces, draw the coverage to them, open up a lane, and it was off to the races.
Well, on behalf of Cheryl Pounder, my broadcast partner, my name is James Sabalski. Thank you so much for joining us. A fun night of hockey tonight, and we look forward to bringing you more action soon. See you. Accessibility. Choose your favorite team. Use the left accessibility. 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 NHL threes. NHL threes. Franchise of World of Chell. Online versus hot. NHL accessibility. Settings and audio controller accessibility. Audio menu music type. NHL soundtrack. Top menu controller chat. Visual access audio except menu music type. NHL soundtrack. Toggle between the NHL soundtrack or theme.
Hey, what's up?
NHL threes. NHL threes. NHL threes. NHL threes. Franchise hot. Play now. Hot. World of NHL French. Play now. Roster. Settings. Accessibility. 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 Play now. NHL super agent Taylor Mackey joins us here on the line, who represents the hottest, most anticipated prospect in years. Taylor, give us the 411 on the kid here.
Hey, morning, James. Well, look, you may not believe this, but kids up here on Carter Lake playing pickup. Yeah, it was a bunch of other kids. Just a beautiful day.
Pricey pond hockey you got going there.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But look, that's how much this kid loves the game, man.
Well, just safety first up there. Now,
of course.
I got to ask you, we've seen the scouting reports, we've seen the highlights, but we know about the player. But tell me more about the person. What's this rookie really like?
Yeah, sure, James. Let's begin by telling your listeners at home the kid's name.
Appearance. Continue. Cancel. Select save to save all changes.
I'm just doing this, whatever. I'm just doing it because I'm bored right now. I'm just doing whatever.
Better to talk about the upcoming Memorial Cup than a guy who's actually hoisted the trophy, Ray Ferraro. Does that conjure up some memories there for you?
Yeah, you bet it does. What an awesome time in your career. It's the most important games that you've played in your life, really, until that time. And now for most of these players, it'll be the biggest games they ever play. But there's also NHL scouts here. There's draft rankings on the line. This is a fantastic tournament to play in.
1983 has been a few years. Still remember the moment, though?
I do, because it turned out, rather, that's the only tournament we ever won. The only one I was ever on the winning side of.
Well, let's look at this year's edition, because one of the players that a lot of We are getting closer to puck drop for this Memorial Cup in Game 1 here. Bring Ray Ferraro back into the fold, and boy, the scout cam should be on full display tonight, won't they?
Yeah, there'll be a bunch of people wearing black jackets.
It's gonna have a comeback later for game day, right?
Absolutely phenomenal performance. Due to talk a little more about what we saw on the ice, Ray Ferraro and Razor. I mean, what does that do for his draft stock?
Well, man, it'll put a rocket to it if he continues to play in this tournament like that. The scouts are going to get more and more interested. Also, a little more jittery. As they might have had a player slotted in a certain area of the draft. He plays like that. He's going to jump a couple of spots in the draft for sure. This is really an important start to the tournament for him.
Yeah, and this is where kind of all of a sudden the stocks kind of rise and fall here, right? Now's the time where you've kind of run out of lifelines, right? Has he had some off games? Yeah, I would say there's another level to his game to get back up to that we've seen from earlier in the regular season that we haven't seen so far in the Memorial Cup. But there's no room for error now. Now's the chance you can wash away that previous narrative, and you can step up with one of those performances that we've grown accustomed to. But it's going to have to start sooner rather than later because there is no tomorrow here on in. You got to get that fog out, and now it's time to bring the heat. Back to the phones we go. We've got Terry on line 1. Hi, Terry.
Hey, chat. We're gonna come back next year. We're gonna come back.